So to place the dimension, now there are two things which you have to remember. See, the dimension tool is to place the dimension, that is where exactly you would like to, how much distance you would like to measure for the dimensioning, and where the dimension line should be placed with its text, etc. But the calculated distance, if you want to control on that, that is nothing but the unit format for the dimension, which is nothing but from the pull down menu, options, project preferences, and there is a dimensions group. So when you click on this, here there are supposed to be predefined dimension styles. These are there just because of the template. For example, DIN, plane meter, plane millimeter, US architecture, US builder. So these are just because of the template we are getting these things. If in case your template doesn't have these predefined styles, then probably you will just get one style over here. Uh, that is the default one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue with the plane millimeter for a while. Later we'll come and try to do some changes in this. If you want to redefine, we'll see how to redefine, or otherwise how we can design a new style also. Now I'm just going to say okay, but prior to that you can check out the plane millimeter was the option which is selected. If in case it is not available with you, please try to design this by giving appropriate name as a style name, which you can give later, not in the beginning, because if you change something over here, for example, now you can check out, this is supposed to be my first page, which is linear dimensioning. This is the second page, which is supposed to be for the angular, or this then afterwards there's a radial. You can read the names over here, level, dimension. So every time you hit the button over here, the page which is below is getting updated as per or dedicated for that particular selected group. Okay, so now what you have to do is, for example, if you don't have a new style available with you, you can simply first of all select the required page, get the title of that as a linear dimensions, and then unit system, which unit system you would like to follow so that ArchiCAD will display the dimensions accordingly. As I've said, we'll continue with the millimeter itself. As there are no changes, so the store as button is not going to get activated. If in case you try to put something different, for example, now he's saying there's the area unit square millimeter, and if you change that the decimal places, if you want to change, if you change something, then probably the store as button will get activated. Right now I'm not going to do anything over here, but make sure that your required dimension style is designed, and then nothing else but just click on the OK button. So once this is done, this controls on your displaying the calculated distance, okay, for the dimension. But how the appearance of the dimension line, its text, and the arrow, type of the arrow, that is nothing but you are going to control from the dimension tool. So whether you go in the pull down menu documenting tool, and then there is a dimension, or otherwise you can even take that from here also in the tool box. So double click so that the settings will be there in front of you, default settings again, that is before drafting. And then you have a first rollout dimension type, which is as a linear method. You have a cumulative, baseline, etc. So again, at present we will be working with the linear method. A marker type, that is arrow, how it should appear. You can decide some suitable appearance as per your choice. I'll continue with the tick option as it is. So I'm not, maybe you can change it later. And then afterwards, whether you would like to have witness lines or without, that is extended, witness lines, or whether you want to have a trimmed one. So that you decide as per your convenience. Then witness line, if you want to omit, or you would like to have the same size as per the arrow size as a witness line, or you would like to have a custom height, that is, the witness line length will be fixed irrespective to your orientation of the dimension with respect to the object to whom you are trying to put the dimension. And then the last option, that is dynamic height, that is the witness length will get vary but the gap between the object and the beginning of the witness line will be constant. So these are the things which normally you can see the change. For example, if I try to select this third rollout marker and witness line option, and if I click on this, you can see the type of the option which is getting activated. So remember, these are the settings which you can again try later. For a while, I'll keep this option of dynamic height. The dynamic height, we will adjust its height soon. Now the pen numbers, for example, the marker pen, that is arrow. If in case you want to keep it as a black color on paper, and if you're printing as a color document, then it makes some sense. So right now, let's try to see that I would like to have this as a little bit thicker one. So this 21 number, which is supposed to be 0.35, I'll choose this, and then the other option is supposed to be dimension line or the witness line pen, which is 85 number, that I'll try to keep as a thinner one, that is 0.13. So this is solely depends on your convenience. If you say no, that 0.35 will be a bit thicker, you might even try to keep it as a 41, that is 0.25 mm. Okay. Now after that, text style, just choose a required font, height of the text on paper after printing. Here you don't have a choice of paper and model logic. It's compulsory paper. That is, after printing on paper, it will be 2 mm irrespective to your printing scale. Okay, how the text should be aligned, whether it should be above, center, or below the dimension line. So you can do all these small settings as per your convenience. Now the marker and the witness. Marker is nothing but arrowhead. So the marker size 1.25, I think it's a pretty tiny. So I'll just make it as a 3 mm on paper after printing. Dynamic witness line gap. This is a real unit, that is as per the model unit. So what will happen? 300 millimeter, if you're printing for a 1:50, then 300 divided by 50. So that will be the height, the gap which will be maintained between the object and the beginning of the witness line. You can see the small sketch over here. Okay, so that will be 6 mm if it is supposed to be 1:50 as a printing scale. If it is 1:100, then 300 divided by 100, that is 3 mm on paper. So you decide all these things as per your convenience. Rest of things as such you don't have to change at present. Just check the dimensioning, the layer which is supposed to be dimensioning general. So later you can change this if it is needed. Right now saying okay is more than sufficient to proceed further. Now remember, you have construction method which is already linear you have selected, and then geometry method, that is whether you want to go for only XY, that is if you click and hold you will get these two options, that is only XY, that is horizontal or vertical directions, or any angle. Okay, so it's just a flexible, and whether if it is in case you want to give a length of the arc, then you have to choose this option. Okay. Now if you read the lower left corner of your screen, it is mentioned that enter first dimension node point. So you just have to zoom some part, exactly, say for example I am going to click with the check mark on this point because it's a precise, that's the reason. Circle with the plus sign, it is there. Same way on other hand also I'll try to place it. Now remember, when you click it, no, he highlights something. Now he highlighted the wall in my case, so the wall end was assigned, or this is supposed to be what you can call as a it's not a static dimension. That means tomorrow if the wall is changed or its location is changed, that will affect to the dimension. So static dimension will not be get affected, in the sense it will be as it is, irrespective to change in the object for their location or orientation, etc. Now what we have to do, because I have given this two required nodes which are minimum needed, now I am just going to click, double click on the outside anywhere on the empty part of the drawing. This will actually tell Archicad that you are through with giving the dimension line nodes, and now you just want to finalize the dimension text or the dimension line. So you just try to double click on the empty part. You will see now that Archicad is now asking for the dimension line position. That means where your dimension line should go and stay. So I'll just try to click on the required location so that your dimension is placed now. You can check out it is 12,000 in my case because that is the 12 meter. Because it's a millimeter. If you see at the bottom of your screen, there's a in your status bar, you can see that your dimension, plain millimeter was your dimension style. So if you click over here and if you say plain meter, you will see the same thing will get changed, and it is now written as a 12.000. Now tomorrow, if you don't like this 3-digit accuracy, we'll see in the next clip how to change this. Okay, so till that, complete this and let me know.